Good evening and Merry Christmas to everybody. Christmas Eve, that is. Um, my name's Chris, phillipbox.info, and we got something here today from Greece. I've been anticipating this one, but we're going to wait to talk about it for just a few minutes because, well, it's not even 7:30 yet. So I just want to make sure I got everything set up properly, and so if you're watching the replay, skip ahead 2 to 3 minutes, and we should start talking about it there. But while we're waiting for 7:30 to hit, I will say that every one of these RBAs that's been coming out recently, you have the V2 bridged, which is just as good as the V1 and the 1.2. The engravings are cooler, especially this one. Can't see that. That's my rabbit head. And also, thank you to Moon Customs for the Christmas gift. These are really cool. Called Christmas Sweater Inners. And yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, the bridged, before that, you got the mob. This is the OG mob. There was only 50 of these gold ones made. I don't have a mob mini anymore. I got rid of the couple that I had. The BO1, I mean, they're just dropping the Atom. Well, that's not the Atom. That's the Atom. What else we got? We got the Armor AMBB. We got the Orbit. All of them are great. Every single one of them has just impressed me. So, anyway. But this company is um, called VWM Vape Ware Mods, and they came out. They've had some of the better RTAs to hit the market, the Imperia and the Integra. I think the Integra is the earliest one. I've never had an opportunity to get either one of them. I'm a big fan of Husar products, and I've had pretty much every Husar products that's ever come out, or Husar Addy. Obviously, I don't have this new BXR mod. I'd love to have one, but I don't. So, um, anyway, we don't have many people here yet at 7:30, so we'll give them a couple minutes to get here, and we'll open this thing up. Whoever's not here can catch it on the replay. So this is the VWM Dope, and from everybody that I've talked to that has one, and there's probably about 300 people that have one thus far. The first drop was for about 300 pieces, I think, and the RRP is 170, and it was done on a Google Docs, a Google Doc in the VWM group, and yeah, everybody I've talked to has said this is a tremendous. I mean, some are saying it's the best on the market. I'm not sure yet. I mean, but pretty sure it'll be dope. I mean, it's a reputable company that does great work. They have a hell of a track record behind them, and yeah, from what I've seen of the Imperia, the deck for the dope and the Imperia are pretty much the same deck. The bore of the Chimney is the same, 4.2 millimeter and everything. So anyway, let's run down basically what we got. This is going to be the Dope RBA from VWM. Like I said, the RP is 170. You're gonna have to join their Facebook group to find out when the drops are and get on the Google Doc. Maybe one day they might have some retail or some group buys in some of the groups or whatever. So the Dope RBA is made from 403L stainless steel. Every part of it, except for obviously the peak insulator. It's got a smaller chamber than most. It's actually looks like a really small RBA, and the reduced vapor chamber is supposed to help out with that, with flavor tremendously. So, like I said, the Chimney's inner diameter is 4.2 millimeters. It's got a tiny body that's, you know, really small compared to, you know, like the bridged, or, I mean, it doesn't look too much smaller than the bridged or the AMBV, or, you know, the XOV2 or the Mob, or Mob Minis maybe probably about the same size. But anyway, 510 on the bottom is threaded, so you don't have to have an adapter. There's plenty of airflow pins, and we'll show you all that. Juice capacity, he says, with the dope in a standard, you know, billet box Boro, BBV Boro, is 5 milliliters. So, or yeah, 5 milliliters. So you're not really displacing much with that in there. So, airflow pins, there's like a bunch. It comes with a 2.1 pre-installed, from what I understand. And HB Corpse and Courtney Mathers are going to be really happy to know there's some really low, small, itty bitty airflow pins. There's a 0.9 millimeter, a 1.2, 1.5, 1.8, 2.1, which I said should be pre-installed, a 2.4, 2.7, and a 3.0. I'd love to have, I mean, I was kind of hoping it'd have, you know, a little bigger, maybe 3.5. 4's better, but, you know, not necessary. We'll see how it works out for me. I like the bigger airflow, so we'll see. And you could change the airflow out, and I'll show you that as well, without actually taking the billet out. You can, it just screws in and out at the bottom. He did a really good job in the Costas. He did a really good job in the his presentation video, basically showing all the main features of the thing. So, and it's going to come with an authenticity card and some spare parts and whatnot. So anyway, you can get more information on my website. I have a listing in there with all the specs and whatnot. So, but anyway, let's go right to it. Everybody's here. Hey, you Don Loco, good evening. That's dope, man. That's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this thing. Get me a vape first. All right. Extra in there. That's it. Very small packaging. Matter of fact, I mean, it's like smaller than billet box. About the same width. No, even a little bit thicker. Anyway, VWM on the front. Serial number 318, I assume, on the back. We'll look at the deck or wherever it's labeled and see. It might be on this card here. VWM. That's a cool logo. I like that. Dope authenticity card. No, there's some kind. Oh, actually, I showed that so somebody could replicate my stuff. I doubt that would happen. In the baggie here, we got a couple Phillips screws down here at the bottom and a whole plethora of airflow pins. We'll have to open those up because if there is a 2.1 installed, I won't be using that. I'll be using the 3. So, and that's it. So, there's the dope. That looks beautiful. That is machined really well. So we got your chimney here, and that should screw out. Yep, screws right out. You got the chamber here, and that just comes right off. There's no O-rings there. Also something to note is there's no O-rings here. This just screws in, so reminds me of the crossbow. Yeah, it's very similar. Actually, it's similar to the crossbow, and I would also say it's similar to the Exocet V2. But yeah, there's your deck, and you've got, let's see here, you got your wicking channels here, which are nice and deep and has a little lip at the bottom, so you're going to run your cotton right up to that lip on both sides. And you got 2 Phillips screws here. Just back them out, put your leads under there, and in the center, there's your airflow pin. And on the sides of the screws here, you've got these little catches here that'll keep your leads in place while you're building on it. So that's about all there is to that. From what I understand, this bottom part, which I don't understand why, but this piece here between the pin and the deck, that comes out, I guess for cleaning or whatever. And then your airflow pin's on the bottom, and you see there's a slot on there. We can back that out and put a bigger airflow pin in there. So, like I said, that should be a 2.1 millimeter. So let's go ahead and take that out. Take a screwdriver and a flat blade. That's in there good and tight. Don't tear it up taking it out. There we go. And just back that out. I thought I had it far enough out to where I could just finger tight it out. There we are. Alright, so we're going to take this airflow pin here, move the box out of the way, and we'll put that right there. And I'm going to get all these other airflow pins out, and I'm going to visually take a look at them and find the biggest one. So that's 2.1. That's definitely not bigger. I don't think it's labeled on these anywhere. That machining is really good on these little parts. I mean, that's a pretty intricate airflow pin. And these come with the kit for free. I mean, not for free. I mean, you're paying for the kit, but you're not having to pay extra for that. Okay, that one's bigger, so we can move that 2.1 out of the way. Oh, where'd you go? That one is not bigger. We'll move you over there. This one's bigger than that one. We'll find the biggest one eventually. And I think the one on the left's still the biggest. That's definitely not bigger. Last but not least, this one, and it is definitely not bigger. So there's our three. So we'll take our deck here and we'll just pop that in there. And screw it in there. That's pretty smooth. What? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. It screws in that way. I trying to look at it through the camera. There we go. Go in through that side. And you can't run it without a pin because the pin is what makes the contact. So unfortunately, I mean, if you could run it without the pin, that'd be a nice huge airflow. So let's I'm not going to tighten it down as hard as it was. Oops. Alright, people are PMing me in the middle of the live. I don't think I'm going to look and see who it is, or maybe I will. Make sure it's nothing like my volume's not working or something, you know? If somebody tell me my volume's, well, yeah, anyway. Alright, okay. So we have that pin in there now, and it's tightened up snugly. And there's our deck, and I've lost my screw. I guess I backed it out a little bit too far and took it out. Luckily, we have extras, but I found the original one. Alright, let's find me a Phillips. There's a Phillips. So these screws are like a Phillips, or not like a Phillips, they are a Phillips. Are Phillips screws. And let's see if I can get this started here. There we are. Alright, so yeah, they come out quite a bit, but don't take them out that far and lose it. So, we'll get these out of the way. Finishing up on this, the chamber here has the VWM logo on the front. I think these are 1 millimeter air juice flow holes, 2 in the front and 2 in the back, nothing on the back. And you screw your chimney into there and just pop it down. This is machined really well. That is pretty. That is, I mean, in fact, I mean, like really pretty. So anyway, let's get right into building it. I'm gonna put it on my janky builder here. Am I missing anything? Matthew, hey, what's up? Pretty quiet tonight. It's New Year's Eve, so I doubt many people are up and about wanting to look at vape stuff and not spend time watching movies and wrapping presents and stuff, which I've still got to wrap my wife's present. I've had it for 3 months. And we're going to put a 2.5 millimeter inner diameter coil from Star Builds in this one. And see how that works out. Alright, coil rod. Where's my 2.5? There it is. Is that going to be too wide? Oops. Again, I say this every time. I hate building on camera. But here I am. I just don't want to take that up too far. There we go. I kind of think this coil might be a little too wide for this build. Get that under there. There we are. That's pretty simple. Let's get this lined up. All right, I need to bring that up, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this tightened down first. You need a new build deck. Yeah, I definitely do, man. This one is not really sufficient. I mean, it works, but it's not good. I was supposed to get one from somebody, but they never sent it. All right, I'm gonna bring that up just a little bit. Make sure that's hopefully that's not too high. Just a little bit, couple millimeters above that airflow. Put these up. Where's my snips at? Hey, what's up, JP Vapes? Yeah, Matthew, I definitely need a new builder. I mean, this one's okay, and I mean, I could always use a mod. I've got a few mods laying here on my desk, like this one here, with adapters on it, so I don't have to keep. This is the one for the Orbit, so I don't have to keep, changing adapters out. I keep I used to, when I used nothing but the wicked bridged, I kept the bridged adapter on this mod or this builder all day. It's reading a 0.36 right now. Let's dry fire it and stuff. Also, let's see. What am I doing here? I'm good, mate. You too? Getting ready for Christmas tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have a house full of people here. This is come on. There we go. We're getting there. There we are. That's what I like. Perfect. Maybe not perfect, but good enough. All right, so this is what I'm ending on here. This is right there. This is, like I said, a 2.5. According to Costas, there, and what did it end up at? 0.45. Perfect. The maximum coil size that has been tested, I'm sure somebody could probably fit a 3.5 in there, but you might have problems, with your chamber. 3 millimeter has been tested and works fine. Let's make sure that I don't have any, that I'm not too high, or I have any leads clipped. Come on, go down. All right, I'm good to go. We got the cap on there, and it'll fire just fine. There we are. All right, cool. I didn't heat that up too much. So we're gonna get some cotton ready. How many people we got in here? About 15, 10, 12. I don't know. All right. I'm using this Vivation X cotton still. That's my favorite. I like the way I can just pinch off what I need and go from there. That bag's lasted almost all of 2021, I guess. So I pull off way too much. I waste a lot of it. But I just want to get a nice chunk in the middle there. Roll that up some. All right. But yeah, everybody I've talked to says this thing is amazing. So I am going to be the judge of that for my. I mean, you know, what's good for one person is not always good for others. So I mean, you know, some people like, you know, one RBA and I don't like it. You know, I might love you know, I'm not playing favorites, so I'm not gonna mention RBA names, but I might like one and you hate it. But that's why we're all different. But it's just been so many RBAs that have come out this year. I mean, in the last few months even. All right, so that's about perfect there. What I'm gonna do is you want the cotton to lay down in that well there. So I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna just kind of guesstimate to start with, and then we could trim from there. Take a little off each end. All right, yeah, that's way too much. So I need to take a couple millimeters off each side. Actually, that's pretty close there. Go a little bit more. I don't want to take too much off. All right, then he says to angle, do a 45-degree angle. Take some of the mass off the top here. So I'm gonna line that up. Kind of go at it from this direction, I guess. Thin that out, taking a little off the top, like a flat top fade or something, you know. Go together. There we go. All right. Let me go ahead and put some juice on there. I'm going to use some of this King's Crest Monarch. Premium meat liquid made in USA. And I'm going to put some on here just to kind of see where the wicks are going to fall, you know. Yeah, I'm dropping all over the place. What's the RRP? RRP, I went over all that at the front, but I'll say it many times for you. I don't really mind. It's also in the notes. 170 euros. It's a little pricey, but it's actually pretty much in line with a lot of the other RBAs out there. Yeah, I've got way too much on that side and this side. You want to get it down in that channel, and I need to trim even more. And I've juiced my tester way up. All right. I need some more juice on there. Yeah, the only place to get it right now is in their group, the VWM group, and they have done one. They've done one drop so far, and I believe he said it was about 300 pieces. And they have another one scheduled for the end of January, probably more realistically the beginning of February. So you'll have another chance there. I doubt you'll see many of these on the trade market yet. So it looks like we're just about perfect here. You want these wicks to sit down inside the channel, but rest up against the bottom of this, you know. So we're good on that side, and we're still a little long on this side. Let's see just how long. You know what? We're not long enough to where I'm going to snip and risk going too short. I'm just going to tuck that one little piece was a little bit too long. So there we are. Other than the jacked up tester and juice all over, I think we're good to go. Come out at 0.44, and it's wicking like a champ, or hitting like a champ. Here we are. All right, let's go ahead and put the cap on it and get this thing put in a Boro. We've got the one of these Armor Mods Boros here. We're going to put this in. Oh no, this is just standard billet box one. Never mind. I'm sorry. If it was Armor Mods, it'd have a notch up there to put your finger in there and take the glass down. I thought I picked up. If I had it handy. Yeah, there it is. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use that one. Put this one back together. So I don't lose that glass. Yeah, so there's a little notch here on this Armor Mods thing where you can pull that down. So take that glass off. Clean that up before we put it back on. Alright, so we're going to put the top cap, or the chamber back on here. Screw it off. Like I said, the wicking holes are right there. And that lines up with those channels that we line the cotton up into. So we're going to put that into the Boro. Make sure we got the good pretty logo up front. Ooh. And then you take your chimney, if I can get a hold of it. And again, that's a 4.2 bore there, just like the Imperia. And I also want to mention, it was brought to my attention that the deck is the exact same deck as the Imperia. I mean, not exactly, but pretty close. So make sure we get that screwed in real good. Just finger tight. Push it through. And there we have it. Let me get this, clean this glass just a little bit. What am I missing in the chat? Nothing. Okay. All right. Yeah, also while I'm getting this thing cleaned up, I'm gonna put a little alcohol on there. Just on the front to clean it up a little bit. There's a contest or two in fact, for another RBA, the Susco Kirch. I have a couple of these up for in a contest on the Facebook page, the Billet Box Info Facebook page. So if you want a chance at that, the stainless steel one is a general. Anybody can enter. The black one is pretty exclusive. Only people that have purchased Billet Box Info merch can get in on that one. So not just trying to give back to those that have purchased, you know. So there, let's put some juice in it and go. Get this out of the way. Anybody got any questions so far? Nobody's commented on my dumb hat. I'm as fat as Santa's, so I figured I might as well wear a Santa hat. Why is this not coming out? This is some pretty thick juice here. I don't know the exact consistency. I don't think it's on the bottle. It's probably 80-20. That's I've been using it in the same juice in a few different RBAs lately, so clean that up. Make sure we don't start out with junk on the back. Let's throw it in this billet. Make sure it's got that battery's good. Yep, there we go. It's already got the proper wattage, about 33 watts at 40.45 ohms. Should give me about a 4-volt hit on a good battery. So let's see if that math worked out. Ooh, that is angry. Let's go to 34. Oops, wrong way. I went the right way to first start with. I always shoot for about 4 volts. I put the 3mm pin in it. You made me, when you asked that question, it made me wonder if I forgot to change the pin out. I showed the pins earlier. They go from 0.9 all the way up to 3.0, and it came with a 2.1 in it, and we went ahead and went with the 3. So there it is. That is pretty. And I see bubbles. Even though that wick was saturated when I put the chamber on there, it's still wicking. Actually, that bubble's stuck. Ooh, bubble. Anyway, all right, let's bring it up top and see what we got. First hit. Here we go. Ooh, that's good. That is good. That is an angry coil too. Put the panel on here. It's a little tighter than I'm used to, but it's not as bad as I expected it to be. It's definitely, yeah, it's definitely a rowdy coil too. It's definitely less airflow than I'm used to with that 3 instead of a 4 or 3.5. But it's wicking good. Here's them bubbles. We can get some focus. Focus and glare at the same time. Can we do it? No glare, no focus, or good focus. Okay. You have to have a pin in. Um, it doesn't hold the deck together. I mean, you have to take the pin out to be able to disassemble the deck, but you don't. It's not making it stay together. You can actually change the pin out, and I'll show you that right now. We'll do that. Um, you can change the pin out without destroying your build. So we'll show you that real quick. I mean, it's pretty simple. Just Phillips or a flathead screwdriver. Oh shit. Oh, we're making a mess, making a mess. One thing to, let me clean myself up real quick before we, what I needed to do there, I pushed on it too hard, is I needed to hold this piece in while I was doing that. So, but it can be done. It can be done. Here we go. Turn this. I'm all juicy now. This is, my fingers are glistening. Okay, there we are. See, it comes right out there, and you could flip it to another. Actually, let me get it a little further out. Did that the other time. There's a lot of threading on this. Watch this. When I pull it out, I'll show you how many threads is on this. If my fingers weren't sopped in juice, this would be a little easier. Every time I do a video, something goes wrong, and this is the something. We did just fine building the coil. There we go. See how many threads are on that thing? There is a lot of threads. So I could take and get one of these other pins over here, but I'm going to put the 3 back in because I don't really need to test anything lower than a 3. One other thing I was going to say before we start talking about this airflow pin, but I can't remember now. Oh, what I was going to say, you have to have a pin in it because this pin produces the connection to get up to the, to provide the circuit. Yeah, I dumped half that Boro all over my mat. I'm gonna have to clean my mat. And before we do that, let's just go ahead and clean this up. And then we're going to clean me up. Get me some hand sanitizer. Will get me clean for the interim. All right. All right, that's clean. Let's put that back in there. There we are. So, sorry about that. Murphy's Law, yeah. I mean, funny thing is, I do the videos that I do on this channel. I pretty much hit record and I mean, every once in a while, every few videos, I might do an edit, a small edit, up from the final product. I'll just hit record and go straight through and then, publish it, put it online. And let's put some more juice in there before I get going. And sometimes I don't have problems. But when I do these lives, happens on the Facebook lives I've done in the past, and both of these lives here on this channel. The one on the Pulse AIO, we had all sorts of problems. We had to orbit get stuck in there because I moved the adjustable positive pin too far up. So yeah, let's go back up. Let y'all see this some more. And again, like I said, listen to that thing. You can see it too. It's here. It's chugging. That flavor though, even despite the tighter draw, that flavor is phenomenal. Mm. This tip is the booster tips from Mission. They just came out this past month. Actually, this month. They've already had a couple, at least one drop. That's good. All right, so I'm going to, still got juice on my hands. I'm going to put this panel on. And we're going to hit this thing 10 times real fast. Let's make sure we don't get any dry hits. Actually, before I do that, let me get a sip of water. If anybody lives in a town that has a witch, if you save these cups, man, I'll buy them from you. I'll give you a couple bucks a cup. I used to have like 20 of these, and I'm down to like 3 or 4 now. But these are 32 ounce. They hold good amount of water, and I can drink all night on it. You can see in the background, I got another one right there. So anyway, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Every single one of those hits tasted just the same. No dry hits. No cotton flavor. Just good old flavor. I don't honestly know the flavor profile of this. I just know that I like it. Oh, we're gonna see. Doesn't say anywhere on here. I believe it's 80-20, but it doesn't say on the bottle. Nope. I don't see the consistency anywhere on there. Oh well. Well, I use 3 and 0 mostly. This one's 3. I don't use salt at all, so none of my testing on any of these devices is going to have mouth to lung tests or salt tests, because I don't do that. So no Nick Rush. But it's wicking just fine. Oh, it moved to the other side. The bubbles were on the this side. Now, oh, they're coming out of both sides. Okay, good. Mike, do you go to Witch at all? They closed down all 3 of them in my town during COVID. I guess maybe because of COVID, but we had 3 locations here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and they're all gone. Every one of them. Man, that is angry cool. I'll have to ask what this actually is. I mean, he just wrote 2.5 CW or CN. I don't know what the bill is. Yeah. Anyway, man, this is I stay away from Houston. Oh, you're not in Houston. Okay. Those people drive crazy. You know, I went to a job interview when I was stationed in Corpus Christi right before I got out of the Navy. I spent my last 3 years in Corpus Christi, and I went up. I was going to go work offshore. The company was out of Houston, but I would have been working as a radar technician on a seismic research vessel that would go 3 months out, 3 months in, 3 months out, 3 months in, and I would have to during the 3 months in. I got paid. I would still get paid for that whole 3 months, but I would only have to go to Houston for like a week, and the other 2 months and 3 weeks, I would have been free to do whatever I want. So I mean, I could have actually got a second job. Oh wow, that's awesome. Phoenix City is kind of funny. They have I went to Central High School in Tuscaloosa, and Phoenix City is the other Central High School in Alabama. If anybody watching this video is one of the many people that messaged me and told me that I'm going to love this thing, I'm going to go ahead and tell you you're freaking right. This is really good. I don't even want to talk to y'all right now. I just want to vape this thing. I'm thoroughly impressed. I mean, other than the beautiful machining, which I didn't really note during the just build and everything, it just looks good too. I think it might be cocked in there a little bit. It may not be. I might need to adjust that. It's not looks like it's kind of tilted to the right a little bit. I might want to, I could do this right here. Take the drip tip off. Used to have to do this with the bridged V1, the V2 or 1.2 and the 2. Yeah, see, it moves a little bit. Huh. So if you just put your tweezers in there and let them open in there and kind of twist a little bit, and then push the tweezers all the way in when you get it where you want. There we are. That is a good looking RBA. It's a very small profile, like I said in the intro. And if you came in late on this, go back and rewatch the first however long you missed it. I went over all the specs, the price, everything. They measured this to only, there's still a billet box Boro has 5.5 milliliters of capacity with their original bridge, with the bridge that comes with the billet box. With this in it, you're only losing 0.5. He said there's a 5 mil capacity in there, whereas something, which these aren't that much bigger, but it seems like I'm having to fill the AMBB up. Maybe it could be the coil just going through juice. Maybe I'm using it too much, but it feels like there's less juice in here than, I haven't used this for long because this is the first time we used it today, but I'm still using all these, the Atom. Got the Orbit in here. Got the BO1 there. And I showed off this Christmas sweater thing from Moon Customs. I want to thank them again. That was an awesome Christmas present. The bridged. What else do we got here? Oh, I got the Atom. Oh, I already had the AMBB. I think I've got it bridged in here. Yep, got it bridged in the Pulse AIO. I've got the bridge V1 in the BORAP, which I should be getting a bridged V2 in the future. Some of the ones I'm not using right now is the original. I don't want to use this anymore because I want to just keep it pristine. This is the original Mob. There's only 50 of these made. So, I have to stop ignoring the family. Have a good holiday. Hey, okay, Mike, good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. We're about to end this anyway. I'm going to put this strip tip back in here, take a couple more hits, and then we're going to say this is a very well done. I turned it a little bit. It's, maybe if maybe the O-ring in the bottom here isn't as tight as it should be. Maybe I'll change that O-ring out and see if that makes a difference. I'm not going to do that right now, but that's a good looking bridge, and man, it hits good. The coil has something to do with that as well, but it is really nice. So we're going to take a couple more hits and we're going to sign off. And again, I'm going to mention I've got some contests coming up, and Probably Sunday. I'm not going to probably do a live. I don't know. Maybe I will. Depends on how I feel after all the turkey and ham tomorrow. We've got this Kirch here to take a look at. I've not used one of these before. I know this, they've been around a while, but we got a contest on the Billet Box Facebook page, Billet Box Info Facebook page, for a couple of these. So I appreciate Dylan with Susco for sending these over. I actually got one as a contest prize, and he threw a couple extras in. So yes. Any other questions before I bang out of here? This thing's for real, y'all. It's pricey, but you got to also consider it's about the same price as all the other high-end RTAs that have come out from, high-end modders, not mass-produced, factory, RBAs, which I'm not saying there's anything bad with the mass-produced RBA, but this one is not mass-produced, and, well, you get all those airflow pins, 0.9 all the way up to 3.0. Maybe he can come out. I don't know if it's physically possible to make a little bigger than a 3.0, because you start shaving off the inner of that pin, and it'll get fragile. So maybe that's the limitation. But I'm not mad at this 3. I can deal with this. So anyway, guys, Merry Christmas. I hope everybody has a good Christmas tomorrow if you celebrate, and spend some good time with your family nonetheless. And we'll talk to you next time. Chris, Billet Box Info. I'll get this right one day. I'm pointing down to the billetbox.info URL. One day I'll get this. Get that right. And but yeah, Matthew, I'm not gonna say yes yet, but it's damn sure it's top with others. So thank you for the way the Kirch is pretty good. Okay, cool. I've not used it yet. It came out, and I was not aware of anything about it. I didn't get any information about it. So I was kind of on a break, and then I got sick and went to the hospital, and I'm catching up now. So, but yeah, we got the Kirch coming up. I've got the Cthulhu AIO on the way. What else am I waiting on? Got something else that I'm waiting on right now. What is this? Where's that coming from? Tracking history. It's coming. Oh! I've got the Otis. Oh, what is that called? Shoot, I can't remember the name of it now. The Otis by, what's the name of the company? Ram Mod, I think. Yeah, the Ram Mod Otis is coming up too. I think I got that right. I've got one of those on the way. The Hammer RBA, I should be getting that soon. Well, not soon, when it's ready. So, but anyway, guys, this is a longer video than it needed to be, but at least it's not 2 hours like it was last time. And yeah, man, have a good Christmas. Thanks for watching.